Hey, what's up? It's Martay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited that you're here. If you're new here, please subscribe before we even get started. And here we go. So I want to start out and just say that this will probably be one of the last podcasty things I do, podcasty looking TayTalk things that I do for a while. If you're brand new here, you might not know, but I have done a lot of videos on Tuesdays in particular called TayTalk Tuesdays, where we talk about life, love, relationships, God, faith, all of the things that I just am going through in life and want to share with you guys. And that it's been such a wild ride. Like the last few, not even few, like 6-7 videos were on relationships, how to perceive of them with like a faith lens, and how to let God lead you, how to look for a mate, how to vet a mate, etc., etc. I even had my husband on. We had a lot of fun with that. I've done videos on how to seek the Lord. In fact, one of my most popular videos on this channel is about seeking God. And so it has been a wild ride, but I do realize that my music has kind of become like the second hand thing, and the talks have kind of become primary. And, for a while it was kind of fun. And so, and I don't mind that being so for the past season, but in this next season, I really feel like this leading a call from the Lord to put the music first again. And I'm creating new music and just having a blast with the people I work with, all my friends that really help me and serve as my team. And I'm so privileged to have them by my side, but I just know that it has to be music first in the next season. Not that I won't ever come back with another TayTalk. Like if there's something burning within me to talk about, I will definitely jump on YouTube and talk about it. And it might look a little ghetto or whatever, but yeah, I will. At the same time, we're going to go crazy with the music in 2023 and beyond. And I'm so excited because the ideas that me and my friends have been coming up with and my team, crazy, like really fun visuals. And I got into music maybe 10 years ago. I said I want to do music because there was a sound in my mind that I couldn't hear out in the world. I didn't hear it yet. And so I, as a musician, not just as someone putting out music, as a musician, have finally tapped into that sound vocally, musically, with others and myself, and playing my instrument, the guitar. It has been incredible to tap into that. And I feel like that took me 10 years to find. And if you're an artist, you get it. Like you have something in your head, manifesting that sound out into the real world, or that picture or that type of painting or whatever, that design can be graphic design, whatever. If you're a fellow artist, that can take a long time and it can feel quite daunting, like you want to give up on that. But I finally have tapped into that, and I finally feel the courage, which I haven't always felt, to be truly who I am, to not try to overdo any kind of theme, I guess you'd say, in my music, but to just be Martay. And I'm ready to go for it. And I feel like the Lord has given me the green light. And so yeah, that's what's going to be happening. So this is my last TayTalk for a while. All that to say this, and I want to do like a year-end review for 2022. It's been a wild year. I've been very, I hate to admit it, inconsistent on social media, YouTube, with my music, all the things. And so I want to come through and just kind of wrap up the year in a nice little bow and do a 2022 year-end review. And so I have, honestly, I think it's like 50 questions right here on my phone, and I'm not going to go through 50, but I've written down, I think, oh my gosh, there are 50. We're only going to do like 20, guys, but I want to just have a kumbaya with you and do a year-end review about life as Martay in 2022. And I think this is, honestly, I would love for it to be like a mutual thing. So as I ask myself these questions, I hope that you would ask yourself the same questions, because every time I do a year-end review, whether it's on camera or off camera, I find myself really getting some cool insight and walking away more encouraged than when I started. So that's really what I want to talk about today. So let's jump in. First question, it says, what is the most important lesson you learned this year? The most important lesson, I'm just going to go with what comes to my mind first, because if I think too hard, I'll be here for a lot longer. But the first thing that comes to my mind is that you're going to find out that people you thought were for you are not always for you, But that's not an excuse to stop. That's an excuse to push in, show more love to the people, or, funnel your love towards the people that really are for you, care about you, love you, and to demonstrate the love of God and the goodness of God even more, like to just go hard. So that's the most important lesson I think I've learned this year. And I think what really helped me to learn that is just, in all transparency, when I got married to my husband, Carlos, we thought a lot of people would be there for us and show up and come through. And we know that not everyone could show up because of different health circumstances, family stuff, whatever. So we understand that. And a lot of people told us about it and whatever. But a lot of key people that we thought would be there were not there. And not even just physically, but emotionally, they didn't care. And those are marking moments in your life, whether you've been married or not. I didn't really realize that, to be honest, until I got married. And I'm like, wow, this is a huge marking moment. Even though you would be like, duh, Martay, but it took me getting married to realize how huge it was. And so that's really where I learned that lesson. I think I'm better for it than, after having learned it, I am better as a person and more compassionate. So yeah. What is the best thing that happened in 2022? The best thing that happened, I got married to my husband, and that's why I was very inconsistent. It's not his fault, but I was just so consumed with like wedding planning and trying to figure out how to transition into like this new life. And that was a huge thing that happened. And the best thing that I can think of right now. And there were some other things. Like I came out with the song Gaslight Me. It was the first time I really collaborated with another person, Amber Wilson. And we came out with a song that is phenomenal. I love it. It just is everything I thought the song should be, think the song should be. And we're indie artists, so we don't necessarily have those big budgets to push it to the forefront of all the music you hear. But it's out there and it's been well received and played, and we're really grateful. So thank you. Number 3, what challenges did you overcome? I think I overcame the challenge of, man, it's hard. I think just mental health. Like I am so grateful that I've been taught by people in the past, like pastors, not just pastors, but therapists, coaches in the athletic realm. The athletic realm, is really mental, more than I thought. Now that I've gone through 2022, it was just one of those years where like you could really, for me, where I could really let situations carry my mind to places it shouldn't go. And so I'm really grateful that I overcame that by just using simple things like meditating on the word of God, exercising where you produce endorphins that make you happy naturally, getting around people, even though I felt like getting isolated at certain times. I had a lot of just challenges like with family and stuff, and those situations can really wear on you. So I'm grateful for all the mentors that I've had in my life that really helped me get through that. And there's tons of videos on my YouTube, guys. If you feel like you're struggling with mental health, first of all, don't be afraid to tell someone and get help. At the same time, we talk about it a lot on my channel. So don't be afraid to dig into some videos so you don't feel alone, What new skills did you learn? New skills that I learned. I feel like, I'm trying to think, new skills. My goodness, guys, I think I need to learn new skills. I don't know if I learned any new skills this year. I've learned a lot about marketing. A lot of you know that I do marketing to fund all of my music as for right now until like the Lord changes that. And so I've learned a ton about marketing. And so those are new skills. I've learned a lot of new skills about marketing, which is very helpful with the music because it helps me to reach more people and to push my music further and get it out there more. So that's pretty cool. So I did learn something. Yeah, I can see them in my mind. What did you do for career growth? I think I started betting on myself. I think I've been scared to bet on myself for a long time. And I think a lot of you would think I'm crazy for saying that, especially a lot of my friends. They're like, Martay, you go for it. Like you really do. I do. But then I throw up a wall sometimes and stop myself because I don't know. I deal with imposter syndrome, which is like when you feel like you don't belong in a space or you don't feel good enough. I think a lot of us do, to be honest. So I don't feel like I'm the only one, which gives me confidence. But I do feel like sometimes that holds me back. And so, yeah, that's one thing I'm doing in 2022 and 2023 is starting to bet on myself. And that's my goal for 2023 is to give my music all I can give it 100%. Like it's a living organism. So yeah, that's the goal. Number 6, what did you enjoy the most? I think I know this sounds a little selfish, but I kind of stepped back this year and I let people provide and give to me. I'm such a giver, and my friends have like shaken me up and stopped me in my tracks. Like, Martay, you give almost to a detriment sometimes, which Paul in the Bible says not to do that. So, long story short, I've let people show up for me in this season, and that has been really, really big, and I've enjoyed that the most. So, that's been huge. What was my favorite moment? I did get married. That was my favorite moment. Number 8, how did you have fun? I'm super goofy. So for me, I dance to the kitchen and make dumb sounds with my mouth. And like, I just am a goof. So that's how I have fun. And like doing that with my friends, like we do TikTok dances and like really simple stuff. Guys, I'm a simple human being. I know I seem complicated to some people. I'm really not that complicated. So just enjoy my friends, family, TikToking, acting like a dork, and all of the things. That's really how I've had fun this year. What new habits did you start? It's crazy to say, I started like eating better. So yeah, they always say, oh, when you get older, you just wait. You're going to have to start eating better. And I was like, you guys are crazy, but they're right. So, and I hate to admit that. So we're just going to keep on moving. Okay. And then let's see here. What are you most proud of this year? I am, and that's number 10. What are you most proud of this year? I am proud that I did not give up. I think music can be, for me, the music industry can like, if you pay attention to others more than your own craft and artistry, like I know, like in my heart, I always have wanted to be an artist, whether people cared about it, my art form or not, or paid me attention or not. I've always had it in my mind to be an artist. And so I think I'm proud that I didn't give up. Seeing, people are always like, you got to post this much on TikTok or this much on Instagram. And if it can feel very overwhelming. And I feel like one of the words the Lord has given me for 2023 is just focus on the vision, like for you that I'm giving you. And that's huge. And I really believe, I was reading in Habakkuk today, it says the Lord is your strength and he will make your feet steadfast, sure-footed. He will make you sure-footed as a deer. And I looked up sure-footed, and sure-footed means like you are confident in how you step and confident that you won't fall. And so, or misstep. And I really feel like the Lord is making me sure-footed in my own vision. And that is really what I'm proud of this year. And let's see here. Number 11, what did you learn about yourself? I learned that I'm stronger than I think I am. And that is really cool. 12, how did you live by your core values? Ooh, that's good. I think for me, how I lived by my core values is, man, I tell you, the world will really, and people will just want you to, I don't know, like I told you guys earlier, Instagram is like, you got to post this much, you got to do this many reels, all this, all that. And I'm like, that's not the vision that God has for my life or my music or my ministry. Like, it just isn't. And I'm proud to say that, like, at the end of the day, I'm still listening to the Lord, even though things get loud and people get busy and I get busy. I'm always going back to the drawing board, and I miss it sometimes, faithfully miss it. Like I'm shooting darts and I just miss the target completely, but I always get back up and try again. And that's something I love about myself is like, yeah, I miss it. And sometimes I look really stupid and whatever, but I always get up and try and say, God, help me one more time. And I think that's my personality that the Lord has given me, and I'm grateful for that. So that's how I lived by my core values. Let's see. 13, how did your relationships, family, friends, work evolve? I think I'm letting people show up for myself, like I told y'all before. So, yeah, I'm letting people show up for me more and more and more. And let me see, 14 here. What was the best decision you took? The best decision I took was starting to bet on myself again. I know some of this is circling around, but yeah, that, and let's see. Let me think a little bit deeper. The best decision I took. Listening to the ones around me who know me really well. And my husband is one of those people. Listening to their feedback, how they see you, and letting them help you clarify your vision. Because as an artist, I want to do 50 things some days, but that doesn't really have as much impact, if I'm being honest. And so, yeah, I've listened to a lot of people that I trust and love, and they've helped me to like focus in on what is important to my calling and what God would want me to do. So, yeah. And last question of the 2022 questions, and then they're all for next year. How did you fail? I think at times, let's see. I think if I really am honest, I failed, and I have this on a little whiteboard. I have a whiteboard with a lot of mantras over my desk at home where I like work on things. I think, I failed with looking towards other people, especially in the music industry, to lead and then me kind of do what they say to do, or like with social media or whatever. And that's never been my personality. And I really feel like the Lord has told me lately, like, no, you are a leader. Like, you lead, and trust me, the right people will follow you. And so, yeah, that's why I'm just like, in this year, I am taking back the reins and saying, hey, I don't want to post on Instagram 6 times a week. Like, God bless all of you who do. Like, that's really cool, but that's not for me. This is how I'm going to lead my own music. This is how I'm going to lead my own ministry of sorts that the Lord has given me. This is how I'm going to reach people. I'm going to do it my way. And my way has always worked for me. And I'm taking that back. So that's kind of fun and exciting. All right, here we go. 16, what is your intention for next year? Whew, that's deep. Simply, my intention is to love God well. And I think that love will pour out into my life, my family, my relationships, my music. It'll pour out into everything. And I think I just want to like leave 2023 loving God more than I did the year before. And I think it's simple, but yet profound. 17, what are you going to continue doing? Well, I'm surely going to continue doing music and showing up and just being present. And yeah, it's simple for me. 17, or is this 18? 18, what do you want to change completely? I think I want to change the way I have pursued reaching people with just my life. Like, I've done a lot of talking, like I told you guys in the past, TayTalks, but my vision for a long time and coming even more burning to the surface is music is an art form. I am an artist, and I'm going to own that. And I'm going to change how I show up in that way. Less talking and more art. So, yeah. And if things go unexplained, that's the hard part for me. I love to explain what the art is. Art is meant to speak for itself. So sometimes I'm just not going to say anything. It's just going to be an art form. So, 19, how do you intend to be different at the end of the year? I intend to be more fulfilled. So I'm going to be in my own lane, not worried about anybody else. And that is going to be great. And that makes my heart come alive. And giving to others makes my heart come alive. So, yeah. Let's see here. 20, what will you do to step out of your comfort zone? I'm trying things that are, quite frankly, really terrifying. My next music video, we're talking about dancing and visuals that are very edgy, but I know they're within me to want to do. But that's how I'm pushing the comfort zone. They are edgy. How will you learn? I think this is 21, and we're going to go to 30 here. How will you learn from your future mistakes? I think like one of my youth pastors growing up said, hey, when you make a mistake, just like, it's like a light switch. Just like say, I'm sorry, and move forward and let the Lord guide you. And that is really how I learn from my mistakes, because I make a lot of them often. And I think a lot of us do, if we're being honest. But yeah, just like get up, repent, and move forward, and the Lord will be with you. And so that's how I'm learning from my mistakes. What do you want to accomplish? Guys, I'm so excited. I have so many musical ideas that I've been sitting on, and it just feels like it's time to release. And so I'm excited to release new music, this new sound in my mind, and to go for it and not be afraid. So 38. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, not 38. Guys, I don't know what number I'm on. I think I'm on 22 or something. Anyways, what will be your purpose next year? I think my purpose is always to glorify God, and teach people how to rest. My name Martay means rest, not like rest, like sleep on the couch, but like rest in God. And that is a beautiful place to be. You could be at war on a battlefield, but your heart is at rest in God. And that's where your confidence comes from. That's where your giving comes from, your ability to give. Like when you are resting in God, you're not scared that you're not going to have what you need. So you're able to give freely and not be afraid. And so I'm excited to teach people how to rest and to walk in that purpose. That is my life calling, and to just be known by the Lord. That's it. Know God and teach others to know him. That's it. It's simple for me. Let's see here. Next one. Which existing relationships do you want to focus on? Well, I want to focus on my relationship with y'all and all the ones I currently have, like my husband, my family, my friends. So let's see here. I think we're on 35 or 6. What career opportunities do you want to create for yourself? I want to tour again. So I don't know if that's going to happen next year, but that would be really cool. Like fall of next year, or which 2023, or like early 2024. So I want to put out the music to be able to do that, but I want to tour again because I miss it. It's been like 4 years. So that would be really cool. Or just do more shows. So that's what I want to do. More shows. How will you make next year matter? I think just giving it all I got. Next, how will you help others? Music has helped and set me free. So I really feel like the people that need what God has for them through my music will get it. And so yeah, that means a lot to me. And that's what really made me want to be a musician, is like how much music showed me the way in such dark times and was a comfort and helped me rest in God. So let's see here. What personal qualities do you want to strengthen? I want to strengthen my ability to simplify and focus on the vision. I think that's what I want to do. And then 2 more here. What skills do you want to learn? Ooh, this is a good one. So I do play the guitar. A lot of you have seen me play the guitar. I went to school to play the guitar. I leveled out at like level 4 or something in guitar, which is pretty high, to be honest. But at the same time, I've always had a vision of myself playing the electric guitar on a whole nother level than I can currently play it. And so that's kind of the skill I want to learn. I need to find where a nice guitar lesson like that with a good teacher, which I know a good teacher. He's played in a lot of my videos, Yarbrough Dow. He's phenomenal, guys. This man has played the guitar for 25 hours a week sometimes for I think he did that for 2 years of his life. And yeah, he is phenomenal and a great teacher. So yeah, those are the skills I want to learn. I also want to learn how to produce better musically. So I want to definitely Solange is really cool. Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles. She, I heard through the grapevine, produces all her own music and all of her own shows. And that is phenomenal to me. That's artistry on a top level. And I just not that I'm controlling. I love working with others. So that's not always the thing, but I hear things sometimes and I want to be able to musically, production wise, make them happen. So production and guitar. Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's see here. Last question. I believe this is number 30. Let's see. Who do you want to become next year? Sorry, there were 5 questions, but I'm just going to choose one. I want to become like Martay 3.0. I feel like I'm at a 2.0 because young Martay, we're completely different in many ways, but very much the same in a lot of ways. So I don't want to change myself and become a whole new person. But there's this edge in me I feel coming to the surface that I've always had, but been a little afraid to let loose. This edge of And it's in my normal everyday life, to be honest. But as an artist, I've been afraid to talk about subjects that are like taboo and all of that. And I think as an artist, I'm going to get there with the Lord's help. And so I'm excited about that. I know that this sounds really obscure, but I'm excited to go to new heights conversationally with my art and with music and just take it there. That's who I want to be. Somebody who takes it there, but in love and compassion, and not just to like get a reaction from people, but because it needs to be talked about, sang about, etc. So I think that's it, you guys. I think that is the wrap up of my year in review. If you're new here, subscribe. And if you get the time, go ask yourself these questions. It will kind of give you more perspective about who you are. And yeah, that's it. Tell me in the comments below who you want to be at the end of next year. And I will see you guys again soon. Probably not on a TayTalk, but with new music. All right, bye.